We got the best place in the world, Nebraska, and as governor, we had a great team. We had so many people that worked hard to be able to do a great job for the people of Nebraska, and we put in a lot of great policy. So I'm excited about taking those same things we did in Nebraska, bringing them to Washington, really doing our part to help fix the problems around here. You know, I say all the time, Nebraska is what America is supposed to be. We need to do our part as Nebraskans to show that leadership here in Washington to help fix these problems in our nation's capital. When I'm back in Nebraska and I'm talking to Nebraskans, the things they talk to me about that are impacting their lives are the things that we see really across the country, which is this administration, the Biden administration's failed policies, the reckless spending that's driven inflation, and that makes a big difference on people's lives. The spending is just out of control. Our budget's up 40% over the last 4 years. It's just unreasonable. And so that's what the primary thing people are talking to me about. The second biggest thing is the humanitarian and national security crisis at our southern border. We have literally now gotten to the point where there are 10,000, 11,000, even 12,000 people coming across the border on one day, not to mention the amount of illegal drugs coming across the border like fentanyl, which is the leading cause of death of 18 to 45-year-olds in this country. As we've thought about what our legislative agenda would be, we really reflected back on, well, what did we do in Nebraska that was really successful? And really draw from those lessons to bring to Washington, D.C.
U.S. Senator Pete Ricketts is headed to D.C. today to introduce a new bill originating from a program that was started right here in Nebraska.
Our SNAP Next Step Act, which was our way to be able to help families on food stamps get better jobs, to reduce or eliminate their need for food stamps. We also looked at some of the things we're doing with regard to the Flex Fuel Fairness Act to be able to help biofuels that benefit Nebraska so greatly benefit the rest of the country.
Senator Pete Ricketts says EVs might not be the best option for all Nebraskans. Instead, he wants vehicles that run on higher ethanol blends to be considered an option in light of more strict rules on emissions.
Also things like tax relief for our military veterans, how we exempted the taxes on their retirement benefits, to Social Security taxes, exempting the tax on that in the state of Nebraska as well. So it was those things that we did in Nebraska that were very successful that we brought to Washington. One of the other things we wanted to do was outstanding constituent services. Really do a great job on customer service. And that's one of the things we've really set as a goal for our team and really focused on. And I gotta tell you, I'm really proud of the team. We have done some wonderful things for Nebraskans. So if you're having trouble with the IRS or Veterans Affairs or the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, or whatever it is, whatever federal agency is, we can intervene. I want to be the senator from Nebraska to be able to help Nebraskans. We have the best place in the world, Nebraska, and I believe the country can benefit from the things we do in Nebraska. Nebraska is what America is supposed to be. So if we can take the things that we've done really well in Nebraska and bring them to Washington so that other states can benefit from them, that's going to help us out as Nebraskans and help the entire country.